Hi everyone, Sarah from Sarah Homfray Embroidery. We are doing our little samplers. If you're not seen this yet, where have you been? We've been doing this for nearly a year now, but there's still time for you to join in if you want to learn some new stitches and have a go at making this fun little sampler and improve your stitching skills. Do join in with us. I'll put a link to this video at the end of this video. I'll put a link to the playlist at the end of this video. There's loads of different stitches in there. You can even do a handheld slow stitch one, you can do one in a frame. So today we are going to look at some more woven stitches. So we have done straight ones, we've done whipped and woven stitches here in a previous video, and today what we're going to do is whipped and woven stitches. We're going to go around in a circle and we're going to make these lovely little flowers, really beautiful for making flowers. So I'll come back and show you this one and what I've done to this, but let's have a look on the one in the frame and see how to make these actual stitches. Now these are super easy to do and they're really pretty, and what we need to do first though is make ourselves some spokes. We need to make a grid to go around. Now you can draw around something circular if you want to. I'm going to freestyle it just very loosely. This is my water erasable pen, so this will come off with a light spray of water. So I'm just draw myself a rough circle and then the middle. Now if we are going to whip them, we'll do a whipped wheel first, and then we'll do a woven wheel. So whipped wheel, you can have an odd number or an even number of spokes, it doesn't matter which. So I'm going to do an even number because that's easy to do. So I'm just going to actually draw it on the fabric. So I'm going to do a big cross and then I'm going to go across in between. You don't need to get a protractor out and measure it. Roughly is absolutely fine. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to come up on the outside of my circle and I'm going to go down into that middle point. So every stitch is going to go down into there. So up on the outside, down into the middle, and these are the spokes that we're going to weave around. So I've got my 8 spokes in there. I'm using the same colour that I'm going to whip my thread around. Not weave it, we're whipping this one, whipped wheel. I'm using the same colour. I'm using a perle thread, but I will show you what it looks like in a stranded cotton as well. But this one is variegated, it changes colour, and this is really nice for these flowers. So different colours will come out. So I'm going to come up in the middle, near to the middle, and then we're going to whip around each of the spokes. I'm going to go underneath one, and I'm going to go back on myself. So I'm whipping around that one, then I can go under the next one, ready to do the next one. Then I go back on myself underneath that one. I can do one at a time, but then I just have to go under that one anyway. So I might as well do 2 at the same time. So I go back on myself, round that spoke, underneath the next one, back on myself, around it. And that's all we're going to do. Whip around each of the spokes. Go round and round in a circle till we've filled it all in. Now I'm using a tapestry needle, so it's not got a point on it. This makes it easy to go round and round those threads without getting the needle caught in the thread. So if you've got a tapestry needle, that will work well. If not, you can just turn your needle around and use the eye instead. So under 2, back on myself, under that one, under that one. Now this doesn't go through to the back at any point. This needle stays on top. Just going round, you can see those colours coming through, the variegated colours. So variegated is really nice. You don't have to do it variegated. You can change your threads if you want to. If you want to change colour. Again, I'll show you a sample of that one on the handheld version. So just all the way round, whipping around each one. So I'm going to carry on doing that and we'll see what it looks like when I get to the end. So I haven't quite got enough thread to go all the way around, so I'll show you while I'm here how to change your thread. So I've gone underneath that one, so I'm going to whip around it, go back on yourself, but take your needle through to the back. Finish that thread off. You can weave that in underneath some stitches on the back to finish it, and then you can start a new thread. And you can come up, so we've gone around that one, so we will be coming up underneath. So I'm just going to bring my needle out underneath that one, and then I can carry on to the next one. So I'm going under that one, back on myself, whipping around it. So it's really easy to change a thread colour if you want to, or if you run out of a thread to add a new one in. So just take it through to the back, bring your new one out in the same place, and you can carry on. So I'm just about round now. Try and get as many stitches as you can in there. Go right to the edge of those spokes if you can. I think we're just about there. So to finish off just over that last one, back down through the back like we've just done. And you will notice that the stitches in between these spokes. Don't quite go to the edge of the circle. If you're going to draw yourself a circle, make sure it's one that can come off because you're going to just see that circle there. So just something to be aware of. So nice and easy, looks really beautiful. So that's a whipped wheel. Let's have a look at a woven wheel. Now, it's important with a woven wheel that you have an odd number of spokes, so 5 or 7 is good. It does not work with an even number, so make sure you do an odd number, and I'm going to show you an easy way to draw those without having to do any maths. I don't want to do any maths. So I've drawn my circle and the centre point there, so I'm just going to do a little line straight from the top to the middle, and I'm going to do kind of a upside down Y shape like that, and then all you have to do is put one in between those 2 points there, and you get 5 spokes. If you want to do 7, you can do a narrower Y and put 2 lines in between. So just really easy. Don't worry about it really being super accurate. You won't see it when we do the weaving. So I've got my spokes in, so I'm going to use a stranded cotton now. So I've got 3 strands in here. And this is nice for these ones because the stitches, the threads separate a little bit and it looks a bit more rose-like. Just going to do 2 little stitches to start my thread in there, and then we're going to do the same as we did before, outside of the circle down into the middle to put our spokes in. Last one down into the middle, and then we come up as we did before, near to that centre, so we can go under these spokes. I'm just going to swap my needle to a tapestry needle. So now we're going over and under, over and under. Doesn't matter whether you start over or under, so I'll go under that one, over that one, under this one, over this one, under this one. Just pull it in the direction that you're going each time, just so you get a nice tight circle. It's fairly even tension on it. If I pull it too tight, it all screws up into the middle. Under, over, under. You should now be opposite. That one was over, this one is under. If not, something's gone wrong. Go back and have a look and see what's happened. So, over and under, all the way around. And you'll see this one's going to look quite different. Under, over, under. To the other one, it'll look a little bit more like a natural rose, but they're both really nice different effects depending on what you want. And again, you could change your colours with this one. If you want to change colours, you can just take your needle through to the back, come up in the same place with your next colour and carry on. So I'm going to go all the way around that, and then we'll see what that one looks like. So you can see the rose type effect that this one has now, because we've done it in stranded. These just separate out a little bit and we get it a little bit more like petals. And this one you can keep going for quite a while and it'll start to bunch up. So do enough to cover up the spokes, but not so much that it starts to come in on itself. And what you can do is you can just add a few stitches if you want to. So you can actually go through to the back here. And then if I come up underneath that one, I can overlap stitch into there, so I can add a few extra sort of petals around the edge. This is really good if your spokes aren't very even. So as I said before, it's easy to rescue this than it is to measure out really even spokes. So you can just put a few more stitches in, just overlap them coming out from underneath around there, really angling that needle underneath, and you can get some extra petals on there. So really different effect, even though it's a very similar stitch. So they're little flowers. I think they need a couple of leaves, so we're just going to add a few leaves on and then I'll show you the other sampler. There's a few different ways you can put some leaves on. I've got some samples on that other sampler, so I'm just going to show you the really simple one, and we're just going to do some straight stitches in there. So I'm coming up for the centre of my leaf and then just 2 little ones either side into that same point. These ones are a little bit shorter. They go into that same point there, and roses look nice if they've got a little bunch of leaves on them. There's always lots of leaves on roses. You can make that one a little bit longer, but into the same point. I'm going down next to the rose so I don't bring my needle up through the stitches. 2 little leaves there, and then you could come over this side and put one in over here. Like So super simple way to do a leaf. So let's have a look at those other roses and a couple of different ways you can add some leaves on. So here's the woven one that we did first. So this is around an even number of spokes. They do work around odd number as well. Done it in the variegated perlé, so you can see it change colour throughout. The leaves here are done in fly stitch, and all these stitches I'm going to show you are on the sampler already, so you can check those videos out if you want to have a go at these. So these are little fly stitches. I've done 3 fly stitch leaves. I've done 3 around there. This one here is also a whipped wheel, done around the odd number of spokes and done around 5, and you can see it looks quite different. And I've changed colour as well. I've done a darker colour in the middle in the stranded, and then I've gone around the edge in the perlé in the variegated, so it comes out a little bit more sort of with straight edges really, but they do look quite different. So just to show you the different effect, those are those straight stitches that we've just done on the other sampler, and then this one here is a woven wheel done in the stranded cotton, in the same colour stranded cotton. You can see how that puffs up and makes really nice petals, and then the leaves on this one are detached chain stitches, make really lovely leaves for little flowers. So different ways that you can tackle the flowers, and you can get lots of different effects by how many spokes you put and what thread you use, and that you can change colours as well. And you can also do them in silk ribbon. So this is what they look like in silk ribbon. So done exactly the same way. Put the spokes in with a thread, gone around with the silk ribbon, and then I've just done a little ribbon stitch for the leaves here, and you can do different sizes and different colours, and they're just really beautiful instant roses in the silk ribbon. So loads of ways to do this stitch and have all these beautiful flowers. So I hope you're inspired to go and make lots of beautiful roses on your stitch samplers and on your embroideries in general. If you haven't joined in the project yet and you want to, you can see the playlist for all of the videos in this stitch sampler up here on the screen now. Do come and join in, learn lots of new stitches with us. Give us a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time.